3,233 pounds. Flagstaff Highwall pop-up coming in on trade here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, complete with camp kitchen and optional use bathroom inside, dinette slide, and a partridge in a pear tree. This is the Flagstaff version of the basically identical Rockwood pop-up camper that we keep in stock brand new here at Haylett RV all the time. Whenever people ask us, what is the difference between a Rockwood and a Flagstaff? I always say, well, I don't know. Do you prefer left Twix or right Twix? Now, as we go through this camper, I want to point out one thing so that people don't have a heart attack. I have only done a very quick setup, and I'm going to mention that a few times so people don't forget. But for instance, like it's really cold, and you want to let the canvas or soft side material of these pop-ups relax before you go putting too much stress on it. So the little corner seams that zip up, I've purposely left those unzipped. You're going to be able to see some daylight from inside this thing as a result, because I'm going to be putting it down in just a few minutes and, you know, putting it back in storage mode, and I didn't want to take the risk of damaging anything because that'd be stupid. But while I was doing that, along the way, I thought, hey, why not show people, you know, kind of that halfway step of the setup portion where the bed is, or the dinette is still down in the sleeper position right here. You also can see how you don't necessarily have to put that bathroom up. So it's kind of an optional use sort of bath. And up top here, it does have a full one-piece entry door. I'm going to mention that again, just again as a reminder, not to be annoying. But you can see that that rests against the ceiling in transit. I just simply haven't put it in place right now. I figure you're big folks. I'm sure you can figure out that the door goes in the door jamb, and, you know, we'll go from there. Kind of that game as a kid where you have the square pegs and the round holes, and I think you're supposed to take the triangle hammer and hit it through the rectangular slot. I don't know. I failed that one. But setting it up into more of a daytime configuration, this is probably what you're going to see. You got that big, that's an extra deep U-dinette over there. Folds down to a big bed as we saw, but over there, that's when the bathroom is set up. That's kind of what we're looking at, is that little closet thing. We'll go take a peek at that in just a moment, but first look down here below the dinette. It is completely carpetless, even in the slide of this model. That's something they did very well here. You can see how there is storage on either end of that dinette. The far dinette bench actually has a pass-through compartment that goes all the way outside with even an exterior baggage door on the slide. In case you're kind of curious as to what one of these things look at, one of our viewers, like I've always called this kind of the 3S's bathroom. Technically, this is called a wet bath, but henceforth, RV Nerdism number 37, we shall refer to this as a shoilet, which I think is a perfect name, shoilet. Shower toilet. It's all one big shower pan. Obviously, it's got a cassette toilet built into it, and you see the shower wand sitting down there next to the toilet itself. It'll actually mount up here a little bit higher, and there is a shower curtain that hangs on a interior track ring up here. The fact that the curtain's not here at all, I think it might be under the dinette. I haven't looked. It might be missing. If it is, we can get you one, whatever. But there is a shower curtain that wraps all the way around you, so you're not splashing shower water, you know, all over the place. Now, this has a 60 by 80 queen rear heated bed. That's a true queen size. But it has a 70 by 80 king front bed, which is kind of cool. Now, up top here, you've got a MaxxAir, like XL style vent fan, but you also have a 13,500 BTU air conditioner. A lot of times in a pop-up, you either get the fan or the AC, and in this case, you're actually getting both. And if I step back here just a little bit, boop, there she comes into play. Now, one of the coolest things about these Highwall pop-ups is they get so much better kitchens than a conventional pop-up. One, there's just more room for it, but two, because the walls are taller, they can build taller cabinets. So you can see how the microwave's up here where it's a little bit easier to get to. Well, first of all, it even has a microwave, which is kind of one of the areas where I call this a mutant. It's as much of a pop-up camper as a fold-down travel trailer, you know? It kind of makes a little more sense to me that way. That big black thing next to the microwave on the right is your furnace. There's storage beside and below that. As we back up, the only thing you really got to fold down over here is just that the kitchen faucet pops off, basically, so that, you know, you don't smash it with the roof, because obviously that's not good for anybody. Great drawer space down below. You saw all kinds of counter space and a full oven. That is another travel trailer feature you don't usually get in a pop-up camper. Pop-up campers! Sorry. I love that voice. that Floyd the Trucker voice, like, yeah, I was driving along I-75 when I saw the Piggly Wiggly. Like, I love that voice. I love it so much. I'll get caught in that voice for hours. Like, if I start doing a Christopher Walken or something like that. Now over here you can see got a couple nice little, you know, entry storage pantry type spaces. You've also got that gas and actually I think that's, let me look at that. That might be three-way fridge in this size camper. And yes, indeedly do, she is. That does have a DC side, so that is 12 volt, 110, and propane, yes sir. And up top here, there's also a TV connection. So if you have park cable available, you even have the ability to do all of that good stuff. Man, we're getting all kinds of fun voices. You got Floyd the Trucker. I got that funny little silly voice right there. And then, you know, I mentioned Christopher Walken, but I haven't done any. I don't think I'm going to do any Christopher Walken. I think we've done enough voices. Let's focus back on the camper, shall we? And as we step outside, I thought it'd kind of be nice to see this thing in travel mode. That's something I like to do a lot on our, you know, travel trailers and fifth wheels here at Haylet RV, but obviously travel mode on a pop-up camper, very, very different. Gives you kind of an idea of how much of this thing will be, you know, sticking out behind your vehicle and how high it'll be sitting. That's one of the nice things here. Is there, depending on where you're standing on the camper, it's anywhere, let's see, it's just about middle of my face height, so pretty close to 6 foot high at the top of the apex of the roof section right here. But, you know, if you're in, say, a conventional pickup or a bigger SUV, chances are your rear view mirror, you'll still be able to see over at least some of the camper, which is nice. And that's really the thing with a big pop-up like this. Compared to a conventional travel trailer and as tall as they stand, you just don't get the headwinds on a even a Highwall fold-down pop-up camper like this that you would on a conventional travel trailer, because so much of it is down below. It's only about 7 foot wide, so it doesn't tend to stick out past your vehicle. You don't get those big, choppy, pushy, wicked headwinds on one of these things. Instead, what you get is something that, you know, I call it like a fold-down travel trailer in a sense. You know, it's especially a Highwall like this. It's got all the travel trailer features, but you get the enhanced towability of a pop-up camper. Now the exterior appears to be in just excellent condition. I don't see any signs of like funky weathering or wear and tear. The bed ends aren't spotty and moldy. There's no snags on the bed material or anything like that. And once again, I want to mention I've done just a very quick setup so that I could get some footage on this thing. Like I haven't, you know, like right there, you can see one of the lifter bars on that corner. I didn't zip everything up the way that you ideally would, because I'm immediately going to be putting this thing back down because the weather's cold right now and I don't want it to get snow and rain on this thing, so that when you take it home, you know it's in good shape and good working order. So this has a power roof lift, which is awesome, especially when a pop-up is this size and it has an air conditioner on top. Woo! It's heavy. That's a lot of heavyweight cranking that you're not going to have to worry about here. Power tongue jack on the front, once again, very much like a travel trailer that just folds down. Part of that mutant concept I talked about. And again, you can see a double propane tank system with auto changeover regulator. Again, just like a travel trailer. There is a simple like side mount solar prep plug right up front, actually right behind that little battery tray. And over here you see a couple handy things. This even has park cable input, so if you're at a campsite that has park cable, you can enjoy some, you know, shows from, you know, compliments of the campground. Even a full outside utility shower right here to hose your feet off before you go inside. And one of the nice little touches I've always liked out of the Rockwood camp, or by extension the Flagstaff clones here, is the hard shell spare tire cover on the back of these, because it just really does, I think, a better job of lasting longer than a slip cover. A slip cover is going to keep the weather off the tire, which is all it needs to do, but they wear out over time. Those hard shell covers, they just kind of don't. You're going to have to screw up and break them to get that to happen. You can see up top we've got that pop-up style kind of pop-out bag awning right there. And a lot of people go crazy in travel trailers for, you know, windows on the campsite of the RV. I mean, the whole camper is windows. This gives you 360 degrees of viewing if you zip down those little side panel inserts right there. You can see all the way around this thing, get some insane airflow. Plus you got that max air fan inside and the air conditioner. Down here, the little camp kitchenette with a nice actual real sink. And it is a real sink, because if you look down here, you can see it actually does have plumbing. It's not just like something that's just going to drain onto the ground. And I like how they kind of did the storage out here. A little removable tote. That would be awesome for like all of your picnic fixins. You can just take that white tote out, set it on the picnic table, and blammo, there's your, you know, picnic stuff all in one spot basically. Now it has a side mount gas grill, or well, in the camp kitchen it's got that slide open little cooker right there. If you are so inclined though, it does also have a side mount where you could hook up either an RVQ grill, like a Blackstone, something like that. And I mean, they probably didn't need double steps, but they figured, hey, it's a Highwall camper, why not? And when the RV's all kind of leveled out, now it is a little bit nose low, so there would normally be at least 1 or 2 inches below that bottom step, but my point is, it is easy come and go. And remember, again, I've only done a quick setup on this, so it does have a full one-piece entry door. What we're looking at there is just kind of the quick traveling partial door. I think it's sharp, guys. I mean, it's not brand new, but it's pretty darn close, and you're getting a used price tag on it, and that ain't all bad. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. We'll see you soon.